So, you had to do it, didn't you? I've never tried Club De Nuit Intense. People say it's a good Aventus. I'm not bothered. I don't care. You can have your frickin' Aventus. There's 5 million Aventus clones. People are such idiots now that they would actually buy as many Aventus clones for the price of Aventus. But whatever. Aventus is nice. It's certainly not my favourite. Tell you what is my favourite though. Millesime Imperial. It's not just my favourite Creed. No. This is my favourite fragrance of all time. This fragrance has been with me on some of the most important parts of my life. I went to India wearing this. I went to Los Angeles wearing this. I've been across the world. I've met with many friends. I've had fantastic days with this fragrance. It's me, or even better, it's who I'd hope to be within a fragrance bottle. This reminds me of my favourite place in the entire world. It's special. It defines my life. It's one of the biggest reasons why I am still in this fragrance game today. And it will, inevitably, be my final review. And I mean that. Once you see a Millesime Imperial review on this channel, that's it. This is all over. There will be no more Fragrance Apprentice. Why? Out of respect for this fragrance. Because it means so much to me. I feel that once I review this, my work will be done. And then I hear that Armaf did a clone of it. Just who do you think you are? So, I decide, okay, fine. Game on. I buy it. It comes in some cheap, tatty cardboard box. I open it, you've got the stupid gold bottle. I spray it on, pat it down, which some of you do hate, but you're wrong. I smell it, and I go, actually that's pretty bloody good. I bought this fragrance to trash it. And because I smelt it, thought it was actually not bad. I looked at Ashton's review, I rang Ashton and I said, what the hell? This is actually really good. I bought this fragrance to trash it, and Ashton said, yes, so did I. You know, you can't replace Millesime Imperial, and I want to say something here. I want to say something very clearly. People misunderstand something about me, and that is this. I do not hate clones. No, I don't. I hate clones that smell like paint thinner. That's what I hate. I hate this. Pineapple vintage, parfums vintage, they suck. I smelt Rush of Unicorns, a hint of Millesime Imperial with an aggressive vinegary note. I don't get it. They don't work for me. I think they're overpriced, I think they're trashy, I think they're a little bit mean, and they don't work for me. I don't like them. I think that clones sort of have their place, but they are killing this industry. They are destroying it. I'm happy for people to use clones as a way of maybe potentially getting into this hobby. I did it myself with Sean John Unforgivable. I did it with Love and Luck. But I have smelt so many terrible Millesime Imperial clones. I know the Millesime Imperial clone DNA. I know the Millesime Imperial DNA like the back of my hand. It's my favourite fragrance. I wear it all the time. This is my 4th bottle. It's my 4th bottle. I have a backup bottle, number 5. I wear this all the time in summer. I go through usually about half a bottle, maybe 3/4 of a bottle per year. I'm very into it. If Creed had a Millesime Imperial t-shirt, a Millesime Imperial poster, a Millesime Imperial, I don't know, mouse mat, I'd buy it. Means that much. So I was very insulted when I heard about this. I was very angry. I was very annoyed. And like I said, I thought I haven't done a shit I haven't done a trash kill fragrance review for a long time. I'll get a bathtub, it'll smell like a synthetic mess, do some angry stuff, do some funny effects, bum bum, and then it'll be done. But then I smell this, and this is really good. It's ridiculously good. It's infuriatingly good. It actually pissed me off when I smelt this, because you put this on, and that's Millesime Imperial. The thing that's frightening, the thing that I don't understand, is that it's very naturally refreshing. You have the herbaceous kind of sea salt, the watery oceanic sea salt, with the thing that's hard to copy with Millesime Imperial, that everybody fails with, is the oxygen. It's the oxygen that comes out of the fragrance, this sea salty air. That's my favourite bit, or one of my favourite bits. But this really gets that. Now, it's not as intense and it's not as aerated as actual Millesime Imperial, but it's really close. And I don't know how they've done that. I really don't. If I were to spray it side by side, there are some differences, obviously. But the things that are difficult to clone, the things that are difficult to get right with Millesime Imperial, they've got right. And it doesn't smell fleeting. It doesn't smell as though it's all just wrong, and it doesn't smell synthetic or crap. And it doesn't smell as though it's sort of like pulled apart, which a lot of the Millesime Imperial clones have. They either smell pulled apart, wrong, spacious, and they don't get that good balance. Or they do what Sean John did, which is they'll put some rum in, they'll put some darker notes in to fill the gaps. Milestone doesn't have to do any of that. Millesime Imperial is a little bit headier, but if I'm honest, this has been one of the less impressive batches of Millesime Imperial that I've had in a while. But luckily I do actually have a batch from 2016. But yeah, this has got that fruity strength. This is the Milestone now. It's got the fruitiness. I didn't actually completely agree with Ashton. He said that this was like a more fruitier batch. I think that it's actually very well balanced between the fruit and the thing that is fucking me up, the thing that is screwing with my head, the thing that is, it's like the impossible burger, right? It just shouldn't happen, which is the sea salt accords are really strong. The oxygen, oceanic sea salt accords are freaking terrific. I'm actually getting shivers down my spine because I have never smelt that before. I have never smelt anybody being able to do that before. It's really creepy. And I mean that, like that's the perfect adjective. It's creepy. So, the scent's great. It's fantastic. Apparently in the United States it's very expensive, but I hate to say it, but if you are somebody who is getting into this hobby and you want Millesime Imperial, you've heard me speak about Millesime Imperial so many times, I would urge you to save the money and buy Millesime Imperial. Please support the creators. Please support Creed, because if you don't, then there will be no Millesime Imperial, and that will break my heart. There won't be any Creed. Now, luckily, Aventus is keeping them alive, but at any chance that you can support the original creators of these fragrances, you must do so. You must. But if you're just starting out, you've heard me talk about MI, my passion for MI, other people speaking about it, or as I affectionately call it, Millie. If you've heard me talking about Millie, if you've heard other people talking about Millie, and you only have 40, 50 pounds, or whatever it is in dollars, I'm Millesime Imperial. I'm probably the biggest Millesime Imperial fan in the whole entire FragCom, and I mean that. I'm approving this. I'm going to say, yeah, go for it. Because, honestly, if you were to walk into a room, nobody's going to tell the difference. People are going to think that you're wearing Creed Millesime Imperial. I reluctantly and humbly say, yeah, this is actually really, really good. I don't like saying that, but it's true. I'm not going to lie to you. I could have lied and just been like, yeah, it's a synthetic mess. But I'm impressed. I'm genuinely impressed and genuinely like, whatever. Wow. And finally, projectional longevity. Listen, I've only been wearing this for 2-3 days. And it's not the right time. You know, it's winter, it's freezing outside. This is not going to work. But I can tell you right now, this is going to do great. In fact, I could even say that it could do a little bit better than Millesime Imperial sometimes, because Millesime Imperial is incredibly thin. I have to the reason why I get through Millesime Imperial bottle so much is because every like 4 or 5 hours I have to reapply. This is probably, from what I can tell, quite strong. It's going to be about 6 to 8 hours, something like that. Maybe even 8 hours guaranteed every single time. And especially in the heat, summertime, I can imagine that this is going to do really, really well. So there's no issue there. There are some discrepancies. There are some imperfections about this fragrance. And especially the opening, the top, there's some things that are there that shouldn't be there. And there's like a little bit of added ginger sometimes that I can get from the opening that just sort of maybe is helping it through. There's little imperfections that only I, as somebody who is trying his hardest to find something wrong with this, because that's what it was like. It was like being a lawyer. And being like, this was the plaintiff, this was the defendant, and I'm trying to like be the lawyer for the plaintiff, and I was trying very hard to find something wrong with this, really hard. But I'm just going to take the L and just say this is an incredible Millesime Imperial clone. In fact, I'm gonna say this because I think I'm allowed to say this. I've been in the game for a long time. Millesime Millie is my favourite. And I've been around. This is the greatest Millesime Imperial clone I've ever smelt in my entire life. I need to take a shower. The